This is my Aunt Effie, and today I'm going to talk to you about the book Signal Fires by Dani Shapiro. So this was the February read for the local Countryside Library book club. When we met day before yesterday, I was really surprised by how much controversy was surrounding the book in our little group. Some of the people thought that everyone thought the author was brilliant, so there's nothing against the author, but a lot of the people there didn't like the story. They thought that it was too tragic. Yes, brilliant, but tragic. They felt like there was just too much unhappiness. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the story. We have a man named Ben Wolf, whose two teenagers wrecked the family car in the front yard in a great big, and they ran it into a great big beautiful tree. The older teenager was a girl, and she had a driver's license, but she had been drinking a little bit, and so she had her little brother drive. So her little brother was driving, who was 15 and did not have a driver's license, was fumbling around for something, a cigarette lighter or something, and crashed the car into a tree. He had a girl that he kind of liked a little bit, but they hadn't ever really talked. It was the first time they'd really spent any time together. She was in the front seat, and she died. So the dad hears the noise. Ben Wolf is a physician. He runs out of the house. He hears the daughter say, "I did it. It was me." He pulls the dead girl out of the car and tries to help her. But nobody ever discussed the fact that the young boy was driving and the older sister claimed responsibility for it. And this secret colored that family's life for many, many years. We also have another little character that pops up in the book called Waldo. Waldo lives across the street, and when Waldo was born, his mother had the baby a little early, and there wasn't time to get it to the hospital. They ran across the street to get Ben, and since he was a doctor, he ran over and helped her deliver the child. So they lived across the street from each other for many years. Were not friends, oddly enough, considering how they met, and considering that he was actually the reason that the baby Waldo survived, because the cord was wrapped around the baby's neck. It wasn't an easy birth. Kitchen floor, traumatic childbirth. So the book is about secrets and all the harm that came from that. The book is also about not being able to accept what you have, but to be constantly yearning for what you don't have. In this case, in this book, Waldo was a brilliant child, but he wasn't into sports. He wasn't a boy's boy, and that's what the dad wanted, and the dad was always trying to change him. But Waldo was very quiet, extremely focused on astronomy and the stars, and that's all he wanted to talk about. He had no interest in the things that a typical boy in his father's eyes would expect. And Dad was really, really hard on him over it. It caused a lot of harm. So one of the things that made me love the book, even though there were some in the group that didn't like it, is that there are a couple of deaths in the book. And the way the subject of death is addressed in this book is absolutely stunning. Waldo sees Ben's wife die. They end up in extenuating circumstances together, and she dies in the presence of the child, and he's only 9. And he says that he saw her leave her body, existed as a mist, and while he was observing this mist, he got a feeling for all of the connectedness of all of us, how she was now a part of everything that had ever happened, everything that had ever been, everything that would ever be in the future, that we're all connected and we're all one, and there is no real going away. And this comes up a second time in the book also. And to me, it just made it very, very beautiful. Yes, there was tragedy in the book, but quite honestly, I don't know anybody's life who doesn't have lots of tragedy. That's not usually the pieces of our lives that we spend our days focusing on, but if I think about it, I can list many tragedies. I'm sure that most of the people in the room could also list, the book club room at the library could also recognize that there was always tragedy going on, and we just seem to live within the tragedy and go on. Anyway, I love the book. I would definitely recommend it if you want a very, very happy book. Obviously, based on some of the people in the book club, this is not the book for you. I didn't find it to be unhappy. I found it to be real. But I want to give credit to the people who felt differently. So, yes, I would recommend it. But I'll let you make your own decision. So this is my Aunt Effie saying goodbye, and I'll see you another time.